Really? Really, guys? You had an entire episode focused on cockroaches and you didn't forget to mention this series at all? Not once! Not once was it mentioned! Not a terror from Mars, not any cockroaches from Mars or anything like that. None of that. I was like, might have to take points away from that. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you had a prime candidate there. Now I'm just fucking with you. This episode is actually pretty fucking fun. Like, getting to see Kondou just pretty much squirming his way to get on a date with Otae. And it's just like, this guy just won't give up at all. He cares for this bitch. He's like, nah, please go out. And Otae's like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, oh, it's like, I'm about to create a blood bath right now if you keep doing this shit. And funny thing is, to get away from this, so like, trying to hide his identity just to do it, he puts a mask on who's like, trying to be, and like, some fucking, like, some ranger, like, Sentai ranger, like, kind of that, or Kamen Rider. He's like, no, I'm like the cockroach ramen guy, like 9,000 or some stupid shit like that. And he's just like, throughout the entire episode is literally Otae, him going on like a little, you know, little festival day and trying to look for Kagura and trying to look for a bunch of other stuff to do around, have a fun time. And when we see them going there, we see Gintoki's trying to host his stall, like, and he's like, okay guys, you know, we're gonna charge extra money for cockroaches, you know, go cost you an arm and a fucking leg here, but it's like, we can let you have a like good time here. And when they get there, it's like, okay, we have the shooting gallery. Alright, I want you to go on top of the fucking rooftops right now with an actual sniper rifle, and I want you to shoot the fucking guy who owns the shooting gallery right there, so I can take his shit. And I'm like, Gintoki, you motherfucker. It's like, stop trying to like manipulate people into doing your shit. And it's like, then as well, like, trying to get them to like do this fucking like weird ass like candle. Like, this is how Japanese some of this stuff is. Like, I didn't even know that there was an entire thing where he's like, oh, you draw it out in candy, and even if you lose, you still get the candy and stuff like that. I'm like, what? Like, and then they're trying to get him to make this fucking white dragon shit all the time, and then he made like some fucking Yakuza guys. Like, honestly, it was like so Japanese. I'm like, it's like the entire episode. I'm like, the fuck? And then even like with the whole scooping the goldfish is like, oh, we're just gonna hang you from here and do a bungee cord from your fucking neck, Kondou, and just get fucked. And then even when he tried to act all fucking heroic, because Otae was fucking him up every time, she literally punched the fucking like whole sculpture thing that they were trying to do, the 3D sculpture, and ended up making a fucking dick thing out of it. And it's like, oh, they could have won a bunch of money for that, but it's like, no, they're too kind-hearted, and that's scumbag of the fucking Gintoki trying to manipulate them. And it's like, there was a bit where they were trying to get this handbag from a shooting gallery, and it was in some fucking old dude's funeral place, and it's like, he's holding onto the bag just crying, and you just see like Gintoki there with this big old white suit with a big shitting grin. I'm like, that's Gintoki right there. I'm like, yes, yes, manipulating Gintoki, this is what you do best, and I fucking love it. And it's just like, he's just there counting the money like that, he's loving it. I'm just like, this is what, like, not every fucking character you get in the shonen series is a good-hearted person. We've got fucking scumbags like Gintoki who's literally cheating people out of this money, and I love that. And then from like what we saw from like the final part of the episodes, like they were doing some goldfish scooping, and pretty much it was like, oh, we're gonna hang from your fucking neck, Kondou, and it ended up with him trying to do a heroic thing. It's like, oh, they're at the pool, at the end of the pool, and they pretty much just got revealed it was Kondou all along. We knew it, like it was him. And it's like, honestly, Otae was like, yeah, but I actually had fun with him and had to, so maybe in that relationship, like maybe like there might be something coming out of that. But it's like, honestly, it was just a fun episode. Like, it's honestly one of those episodes, especially next, it's kind of like going well with Japan, like right now, because you know, the summer's ending for people right now, like, you know, summer holidays, and that's kind of depressing for a lot of people. Saying, oh fuck, summer holiday. I remember when I was a fucking kid, I'm like, fuck man, like summer holidays have gone by so fast. And that's why I always feel for you guys down there. It's like, don't worry, I know how that feels. Trust me, we go through that. We go through that, and trust me, it will literally go like a heartbeat until you get to like Christmas and you have all your bunch of all the other holidays. But yeah, what a great episode. I think this is one of those funny episodes to leave you off with. And besides, hey, at least normally when you get back, you always have like a nice Gintama episode to get you back from school. But great episode. Would give this one like a 7 out of 10. It was very Japanese, very Japanese. That's what I'd say about this one. It was like some of the stuff I didn't understand about like the whole culture stuff, but it was pretty funny how they were dealing with it. But I mean, I loved it either way. But that's all for me. So thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.